Majority of our leaders are useless. Chinese man for Nigeria, for Alaba market, pursue Nigerians out of market.
Yes, majority of our leaders are useless. But we, the citizens, are cowards. We, the citizens of Africa, we are cowards, including myself and including you speaking like this. A Chinese man came to Nigeria and then find out a Nigerian is doing business. He kicked him out of market, business in Nigeria, went back to China and destroyed whatever he has there. And then what we are not doing anything about it. All that we do is complain. Do you think Chinese people will take that? If you are an African, you go to China and try to kick a Chinese man out of business. The Chinese are not going to wait for the government to come in. The Chinese themselves will take the law into their own hands, destroy whatever you want to do there before the government will come and apologize. The time has come for we, the children of Africa, to stop being cowards. I thank you very much for coming around. This is your missionary brother Dubia Anzanse. I want us to go and watch the full video, come back and talk about it, because enough is enough of this, our coward behavior as African people. Always sit down, complaining, insulting our leaders, putting blame on our leaders and stuff like that. Yes, our leaders are useless. What about us? What about we, the citizens of Africa? Let us go and watch this disturbing video, come back and talk about it. But before we do that, please, this is One African Mission. Our mission is all about the unity of our continent and our collective dignity. Please, if you want a dignified Africa, support our mission. How do you support us? It's by subscribing to our YouTube channel. We've been calling on you to help us. Let us build together. These are all part of our problem as African people. We don't want to support whoever is speaking for us. We don't want to support whoever is standing and sacrificing for our continent. Yet we want to blame Chinese. We want to blame people for taking over our continent. Why wouldn't they take over our continent when we ourselves are not ready to take responsibility and take our destiny into our own hands? Please support our mission. Let's do it together. But before we do that, as I said, let's go and watch the full video, come back and talk about it. It's so annoying. We wake up every day, we are complaining as to how people are treating us in our own continent. The African is more disrespected in Africa than anywhere in the world. Why?
Majority of our leaders are useless. Chinese man for Nigeria, for Alaba market, pursue Nigerians out of market. Collect business. Ide Alaba International Market. Nigerian will start that business of light before that Chinese man. This Chinese man used Nigerian police, used judiciary, used everything to frustrate this man. In goods where they don't produce for China, Chinese people destroy them, send them video of the destruction. Then they, in China, they protect the interest of their fellow Chinese man. We here in Nigeria, Nigerian government and Nigerian police and everybody in Nigeria cannot support our own Nigerian in Nigeria. What a disappointment. Many reasons there where sometimes person go wake up, you know, go they proud to say he be Nigerian. Chinese, they protect the interest of Chinese man in Nigeria from China. Frustrated our own, turned our brother that was a billionaire to a beggar. So they used President Jonathan's name that time to arrest this man, detain him, use the judiciary, use fake court judgment and court order. Fake. Chinese man in Nigeria do am equal. He dey waka freely. Chinese man enter the commissioner of police office. He cross leg. Commissioner of police tell him say no, you no go fit cross leg. He bang the commissioner of police table. He waka comot. He say in sabi their organs and they go collect money, nothing go happen, and not waiting happen. Another time where they go, Chinese man carry native doctors. 3 native doctors enter police command in Nigeria. Nigerian citizens are the most vulnerable citizens in the whole world. What a shame. What a disgrace. What a lack of value.
Yes, so according to our brother, a Chinese man with the support of corrupt Nigerian officials kicked a Nigerian out of business at Alaba market. So they did that. A Chinese man did that. And what he's explaining is the Chinese man went back to China because this Nigerian man is exporting these goods from China. He went back to China and tell his own people, the Chinese man, he went back to China and tell his own people that I've taken over the business in Nigeria. So do not supply the Nigerian. Now give me the business. And they did that in support of their own. And then we are on social media. What did we do as citizens of Nigeria to support this our fellow citizen who have been kicked out of the business? Burn down whatever the Chinese man is trying to replace. Burn it down. That is what we should be doing, because that is exactly what is going to happen in China. If a Nigerian or if an African go to China and try to kick a Chinese person out of business, the time has come for us to stop being cowards, running away from our own continent, complaining, instead of us to take the law. That is what Malcolm X said. If the government cannot provide you, because we have come to realize that our government, our leadership cannot provide us the support that we deserve as citizens of Africa. So what are we doing? Are we going to continue to be cowards? The time has come for us to stand up as men and women of this great continent and defend whatever Mother Nature has given to us. It is only in Africa that Chinese people will, it is not only even Chinese people, everybody, foreigners will come, like have restaurants, and then Africans are not allowed to go into that restaurant. Tell me, the last time we saw a sister from Uganda saying there's a restaurant in Uganda that Ugandan citizens, black people, are not allowed into that place, that restaurant, because it's owned by Chinese. So it is only white people, Arab people, and Asians who are allowed to go in there. As long as you are a black person, you are not allowed to go inside there.
Do you know we have a restaurant in Uganda, in Kwalolo, that does not allow blacks in unless you have someone who is white with you? Let's go. I am looking for a certain restaurant. I wanted to review it. Then later on, I was like, I see a Chinese restaurant. I was like, let me try out Chinese food. I'd taken long. I indicate, and the askari tells me, oh, he's very sorry. We are very sorry we don't allow blacks in. At first, I was like, it's a joke or something. So I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, if you're black and you want to come in, you have to be with someone who is Chinese or white. I was like, what do you exactly mean? Blacks are not allowed in. You guys, you should have seen my face. Oh, I was in shock, pissed, disgusted, everything. How did we get here? I don't know if you guys understand how it sounds. Blacks are not allowed in. You have to be with a Chinese person, or you have to be white, or you have to be dating a Chinese human being to be allowed in. In Uganda, off Wampeo Avenue, there is a restaurant.
Where on earth can people accept that? They're not going to wait for the government to come in. If you go to Saudi Arabia as a Chinese and you establish a restaurant and then you say the Arab man will not come inside there, the Arab people are not going to wait for the Saudi government to come. They will destroy it, and that is what we should be doing as African people. Enough is enough of us being cowards, only complaining and complaining. It is time. This is 2025. We said it is time for us to take our destiny into our own hands as children of Africa and be accountable and be responsible for everything. No more complaining. No need for that. And that is what happened in Ghana recently. When Makola Market, the biggest market in Ghana, got burned, and the Chinese people tried to come in. They sacked them.
Yeah. Why do I say what Ghana for? Because of Ghana, we are you know.
Beat the hell out of them, and that is what we should be doing. It's as long as the government cannot protect us and defend our interests as citizens of this great continent, then it is about time we, the citizens of this great continent, stand up. We should stop being cowards and be complaining for a restaurant. And my friend is telling me that you see this restaurant, black people are not allowed in there. So what sacrifice our ancestors did? Sacrifice for us as children of Africa. Are we going to say that our ancestors who fought and laid down their lives for our independence, their sacrifice go on vain? What did they sacrifice for? That when in this 21st century that we still cannot, we still have Chinese people who will come to our continent and kick us out of business. And then all that we do is, oh, our leaders are useless. Our leaders are useless, some of them. But we ourselves we are cowards. Why do we always have to sit down and expect our leaders to do everything for us? You think a Chinese man can go to Germany, establish a restaurant, and then said German citizens will not go inside that restaurant? The far-right German party, they will come in, they will burn it down. They're not going to wait for the German government to come. And then what is going to happen? The German foreign minister will come out and apologize to China. That is how we should be thinking as African citizens now. If a Chinese person come to Addis Ababa or Nairobi, establish a restaurant, and then said black people are not allowed in, burn it down. At the end of the day, your foreign minister will come out and apologize to China. Finish. Enough of that disrespect. Enough of us being cowards as children of Africa. The time has come for us to stand up as men and women. And this is what One Africa Mission we are calling on Africans. And as I said, if we don't like and value ourselves and stop being cowards, nobody is going to respect and follow us. Nobody. We have to put value on the life and make the life of the African secret. How can a Chinese man come to Africa, to Nigeria, see that an African is doing business? And that is what they are doing across the continent. An African is doing business, he will kick you out of that business and take over. And then peacefully, nobody is going to say anything. We'll all be going past, and then people who can speak good diction, good English, they will go on social media and they'll be speaking English. Enough of this English talking. It is time for action. If anybody come to and take over your business and then go back to his country and then block whatever opportunity, this is time to end your life, because without food on the table, you cannot have dignity. And this is the dignity we're talking about as children of One Africa Mission. Without food on your table, you have no dignity. So he will go to his country, block whatever business that you're doing, and come back to your country and take over the business. And then we are on social media, we are speaking good diction. Go out there and burn it down. Don't wait for the government. Stop being cowards. Don't wait for the government. It is not everything that the government is ready to do for you. So if the government is not ready to give us protection, if the government is not ready to give us the security that we deserve, the dignity that we deserve as children of Africa, take the law into your hand. Kick that person out of the Alaba market. Kick that Chinese man out of Alaba market, and let the foreign minister of Nigeria apologize to the Chinese government. Finish. No more sitting down crying, because the Chinese did not cry and get to where they are. The world is not like that. The world is not that easy and cheap that is going to be just sitting down and crying and expecting government to do everything for you. For how long are we going to sit down as children of Africa and be complaining? For how long? The time has come for us to stop that complaint. If any Chinese man tries to disrespect you on your own home, in your own country, disrespect them or teach them lessons that future generation of Chinese will not come to Africa and disrespect us. No more. If a European man come and open a restaurant, can you imagine in your own continent, people will open restaurant and then you are not allowed? First of all, their food is not good. But for them to have that arrogance and the guts to tell you that we have a restaurant and then you are not allowed inside that restaurant, you think they will take it themselves? Look at what happened. You see, everything that is happening to us, it is because we have been taking it. Look at what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma, when our ancestors wanted to establish their own city within America, they burned it down. And yet we have places in South Africa, in Southern Africa, that black people are not allowed to go inside there. It is happening because we are cowards. It is happening because we are taking it, because we are cowards. Nobody is taking that. You cannot go to India and say you establish a place that it is for white people. No Indian person is allowed there. You cannot go to China and do that. You cannot go to Japan as a European and establish a city and say Japanese will not enter there. The Japanese will not take it. Freedom for everybody or freedom for nobody. It is dignity for every African or dignity for nobody. So we should not allow our political leaders to be deciding everything, or we should not be calling on them all the time. If the political leaders are not ready to give us that dignity we deserve, take it. I thank you very much for coming around. I am Yomish. I'm so angry to see this happening in 2025. We're still complaining, crying. Crying for what? For how long? Are we going to expect our children also to be crying like our ancestors, our forefathers were crying? We have to bring that change. We, this generation of Africans, have to bring that change. And then we have the chance never before afforded to any generation of Africans to bring that change. We have to work together. And that is what we're calling on. Let us come together as children of Africa and work to reclaim back our dignity. We have been disrespected for far too long. For how long are we going to sit down and allow Chinese people to come in and be dictating, kicking out our people out of business? And then you know why they are doing that to us? It is because we ourselves are tribalistic. Maybe the person that they kick out of business is not from your tribe, so you will never come out and support him. That is our problem. The Chinese people are doing that to us because we are so tribalistic. The Europeans are doing what they are doing to us because we are so tribalistic. The Arabians are doing what they are doing to us because we are so tribalistic. You will never come out and support another man because he's from a different tribe. So a Chinese man is disrespecting your brother, you don't care. Because he's not from your tribe. If he was to be from your tribe, you will stand up. But nobody does that. Put aside your tribal bigotry. Put aside your different tribes. And then work collectively for your dignity. Because nobody cares about your tribe when they are disrespecting your fellow Africans. Let us stand together and fight for our collective dignity. I thank you very much for coming around.